Evening and thanks for joining us on the news across the country. First, the headlines. Osun Governor-elect inaugurates Transition Committee. Governor Umahi's brother rejects presidential appointment. Driver burnt to death in Ilorin. Report of the week takes a look at Nigerian-born hurdler who broke the world record in 100 meters hurdle. And now, the news in detail. The National Security Council meeting being presided over by President Muhammadu Buhari is underway in Abuja. The security meeting is holding as the minority caucus of the House of Representatives join its Senate counterparts to issue a 6-week ultimatum to fix insecurity or face impeachment. The minority leader of the House of Representatives, Ndudi Elumelu, disclosed this after a closed-door meeting of a joint minority caucus of the National Assembly that signatures will be gathered to impeach the president if security situation is not addressed in 2 weeks. It will be recalled that the Minister of Justice and Attorney General of the Federation, Abubakar Malami, disclosed the intention of the federal government to prohibit Okada as a means of transportation being part of deliberation to eradicate cases of insecurity. The federal government has set plans to commence the universal health coverage, which will provide affordable and accessible health care to 83 million vulnerable Nigerians are in the pipeline. The Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Boss Mustafa, disclosed this when a delegation of the World Health Organization, led by its country representative, Dr. Walter Kazadi, alongside the Executive Secretary, National Health Insurance Authority, Professor Mohamed Nasir Sambo, paid him a courtesy visit in his office. The SGF said the signing into law of the National Health Insurance Authority bill by President Muhammadu Buhari signaled a new lease of life to the health sector, which will make universal health coverage accessible to the vulnerable in every nook and cranny of the country. Governor Adegboyega Oyetola says he remains focused towards infrastructural development in transforming the economy of Osun State. Governor Oyetola gave the insight in Osogbo, the state capital, while handing over Moshood Kashimawo Olawale Abiola Airport Ido-Osun project to the Nigerian Air Force. Governor's office correspondent Soya Onoride completes the story.
The governor of the state of Osun, Mr. Adegboyega Oyetola, reiterated his commitment towards infrastructural developments in attracting investment to the state in deepening economic development. Governor Oyetola, who gave the reassurance while receiving the representatives of the Nigeria Air Force in his office at the state government secretariat, commended the Nigeria Air Force for citing the project in the state. The governor, who recalled that the airstrip was first used in 1936, noted that the development of Ido-Osun Aviation City project in collaboration with the Nigeria Air Force will go a long way in ensuring accelerated economic transformations, adding that his administration exhibited resilience in the face of daunting challenges, including the procurement of more hectares of land in Ido-Osun and Kelebe in achieving Ido-Osun Efficient City project for the benefit of the citizenry.
We realized early enough that the completion of the Osun Airport will aid our economic transformation effort. We, however, became helpless when confronted with the humongous amount required to make the dream a reality, especially in the face of competing demands in a depressed economy. As a government given to creative alternatives to meet societal needs, we embarked on a diplomatic shuttle, first by visiting the Minister of Aviation and later the Chief of Air Staff, all in the quest to develop the airport corridor.
In his remark, Chief of Air Staff, Air Marshal Oladayo Amaho, who was represented by Air Vice Marshal Moses Onelede, lauded Governor Oyetola for his commitment towards infrastructural developments which crystallized the Ido-Osun Aviation City project, particularly designed towards engendering formidable aviation sector in the state of Osun, offering reliable flight operation to various destinations across the country. The State Commissioner for Works and Transport, Engineer Remi Omowaye, while recalling numerous efforts of Governor Oyetola in making the project a reality, said that collaborative efforts with the Nigeria Air Force has yielded positive results towards operationalizing Ido-Osun Aviation City project. high point of the occasion was the symbolic presentation of the Ido-Osun Aviation project to the Nigeria Air Force. The governor with his cabinet members, Alaye More of Ido-Osun, Oba Adedapo Aderemi, as well as officers of the Nigeria Air Force, later took facility tour of Ido-Osun Aviation City project, expected to consist of runaway terminals, communication towers, and other essential features of robust aviation hub center when completed. From the governor's office, Sanya Onoride reporting.
Osun State government has flagged off the 16th edition of the food support scheme aimed at meeting the needs of the vulnerable citizens and bringing succor to the less privileged into society. The state government expressed its resolution to ensuring the continuation of the scheme as long as the incumbent Governor Adegboyega Oyetola remains in power. Details are presented from our studios.
Governor Adegboyega Oyetola disclosed that 500,000 households and vulnerable citizens and their dependents had benefited tremendously since the inception of the program last year, April. Flagging off the 16th edition at the open field of the Multipurpose Hall, Local Government Service Commission, State Government Secretariat, Governor Oyetola said his administration is irrevocably committed to ensuring the continuity of the initiative. He emphasized the determination of the administration to revolutionize the economy, saying there are veritable records to the fact that the administration has indelibly made its imprint in the stand of time towards the enthronement and sustainability of good governance in all the strata of the economy and human endeavors. Represented by the Secretary to the State Government, Prince Wole Oyebamiji, Mr. Oyetola said the administration was not in any way deterred by the outcome of the election, as the implementation of the initiative was in fulfillment of the promises to make life meaningful and worthwhile for the citizenry. While elucidating on the impact of the scheme on the local production and advancement of local entrepreneurs, the Commissioner for Regional Integration and Special Duties, Engineer Olalekan Badmus, said the state government, through the scheme, had been able to build entrepreneurs to expand the scope of their businesses. In their separate remarks, some of the Gari processors, Ahmed Adekunle and Prince Wale Afolabi, affirmed the great impact the scheme had made on their businesses.
Osun State government has declared tomorrow as public holiday in commemoration of the commencement of the new Islamic year, Hijrah 1444 AH. This is contained in a release by the State Commissioner for Special Duties, Mr. Olalekan Badmus, who is also the Supervising Commissioner for the Ministry of Home Affairs. The release urged the Muslim faithful and indeed the entire populace to use the opportunity provided by the public holiday to make supplications to God for continued peace and progress of the state. The Commissioner equally enjoined all Muslims in the state not only to celebrate Hijrah but engage in spiritual soul searching in line with the essence of the occasion as exemplified by Prophet of Allah Muhammad while on earth. The governor-elect of Osun State, Senator Ademola Adeleke, has reaffirmed his determination to run a people-centered administration through the implementation of programs and policies that will have direct bearing on the people. The governor-elect, who reaffirmed his commitment at the inauguration of a 37-member transition committee to facilitate smooth transition of power, tasked the members to think outside the box for innovative ideas on how best to hit the ground running by November. OSBC reporter Oluchi Omoga now reports.
The governor-elect of Osun State, Senator Ademola Adeleke, has inaugurated a 37-member transition committee headed by Dr. Muyiwa Oladimeji and saddled with the responsibility of facilitating a smooth transition between the incumbent and the newly elected administration in the state. In his remarks at the event, Senator Adeleke, who assured Osun people that the PDP is blessed with members with requisite skills and determination to meet the desires of the people, tasked the committee members to fashion out innovative ideas on how best to hit the ground running by November. In his acceptance speech, Chairman of the Transition Committee, Dr. Oladimeji, appreciated the governor-elect for entrusting them with such a huge responsibility, saying that the committee is ready for the task ahead. He sought the cooperation of the All Progressives Congress APC towards a seamless transition, adding that the committee shall be open to advice from all quarters.
My plea is that all of us must face up to the challenge of serving the people of Osun State diligently with integrity. The slogan of others now is service.
The 37-member committee has Honorable Sunday BC as the deputy chairman, while Honorable Bamidele Salam is the secretary. Oluchi Amuda, OSBC News.
Osun State House of Assembly today passed into law State of Osun Local Government Areas Creation and Administration Amendment Number 5, Bill 2022. The passage of the bill became imperative after the House has exercised the needed scrutiny on it. The Speaker, Osun State House of Assembly, Honorable Timothy Oweye, explained that the bill is to enable the local government administration under democratically elected leadership to the presidential system. State of Osun Independent Electoral Commission Bill 2022 was also passed into law. Thereafter, a motion on the need to rid University of Ilesha Osun State Establishment Bill 2022 was moved by the majority leader, Honorable Maruf Olanrewaju, and seconded by the lawmaker representing Igbo State constituency, Honorable Adebayo Usamot, to sail through the first reading. In the course of the plenary, Chairman House Committee on Public Accounts, Honorable Gbenga Ogunkomi, presented the reports of the committee set up to unravel financial operation of the College of Education in Laon. According to the Public Accounts Committee, Chairman Honorable Ogunkomi recommended the need for College of Education in Laon to always keep Auditor General abreast of our account. The House therefore adopted the committee's reports. Osun State Chapter of Shippers Association of Nigeria has admonished the federal government to declare a state of emergency on maize production and provide enough funds for farmers to boost food production in the country. According to the statement, the country is no longer producing enough grains that will make up for global shortage in food supply as being currently witnessed due to Russia-Ukraine hostilities. This is contained in a statement by the Association's president, Engineer Biola Abe, during the general monthly meeting held today at the conference room of the Ministry of Commerce, State Secretariat. While giving kudos to the government for unveiling the manual for the inland dry post, Osun State Shippers Association equally joined the federal government to shelve the idea of banning the use of Okada for commercial transportation in order not to hike economic hardship for commercial cyclists. Isendo in Egbedre local government area of Osun State is a serene and peaceful community with friendly, hospitable and accommodating inhabitants. Hence, local and foreign investors should make use of the opportunity to expand their businesses. Onisendo of Isendo Bagarba Debi Fatokun I stated this today during his 10th coronation anniversary and the commissioning of the new palace held in the community. Speaking on behalf of the retinue of royal fathers who graced the occasion, the Aragberi of Iragberi Obafolorunso Agbade Osunsoko extolled the virtues of Onisendo of Isendo, whom he described as the true symbol of royalty, considering his humility, candor, and hospitality. The 3-in-1 event was also used for the launching of Appeal Fund for the completion of Isendo Community Central Mosque. Dignitaries at the coronation anniversary of Onisendo of Isendo include representatives of Fulani community in the town and sons and daughters of Isendo from Cote d'Ivoire, among others. This is the news across the country coming to you from Osun State Broadcasting Corporation, Ileawiye Okebale Oshobo, Voice of the West. Now a mid-news message. Peace and tranquility are essentials of stability. Let's embrace peace at all times. Nigerian-born hurdler Toby Amotion took the whole world by storm when she broke the world record in 100 meters hurdle at the World Athletics Championship in Oregon, USA. OSBC News Report of the Week takes a look at the dusty road to podium finish of the Ijebu-Ode-born athletes. Adeyemi Abodere has the report.
On to 8, a due to be occupied from those that made it through the first round qualification. Fire from Nigeria, Toby Amusan.
Tobi Amusan became the first Nigerian athlete to win a World Athletics Championship gold as she stormed to victory in the women's 100 meters hurdles in Oregon, USA on Sunday. Amusan, who had obliterated the world record in an astonishing semi-final where she clocked 12.12 seconds, powered over the line in the final in 12.06 seconds. Preceding her emergence as the recipient of Nigeria's first ever World Championship gold, Amusan had produced a jaw-breaking world record in the semi-finals, smashing the previous best record of 12.20 seconds held by Kenny Harrison of the United States in 2016. Amusan, who finished fourth 3 years ago at the World Championship in Doha, Qatar, also became the second Nigerian sprint hurdler to win the medal at the championship after Glory Alozie, who won a silver medal in Sevilla, Spain in 1999. The Ijebu-Ode-born athlete became the first Nigerian to bag a Diamond League trophy in September 2021 when she set a sensational African record and personal best of 12.42 seconds in Zurich, Switzerland, breaking Glory Alozie's 23-year-old African record. Tobi Amusan also broke the African record after clocking 12.41 seconds in the women's 100 meters hurdle in June this year. She broke her own record with her third best run of the season at Diamond League meet in Paris, France. During the Paris Diamond League, Amusan blazed to victory with a time of 12.41 seconds that moved her up to third in the world in 2022, only behind world leader Jasmine Camacho Quinn, who has 12.37 seconds, and Alasha Johnson, 12.40 seconds. In August last year, Amusan won a first semi-final in 12.61 seconds to become the first Nigerian since Glory Alozie at Sydney 2000 to qualify for the 100 meters hurdles final at the Olympics. Tobi, as she is popularly called, is the last child of three siblings. Oluwatobi Loba Ayomide Amusan was born on April 23, 1997 in Ijebu-Ode, Ogun State, to two school teachers, with her father and mother being school teachers. It is not strange to strict upbringing Amusan had grown up as a little girl. For Amusan's father, reading and taking one's studies seriously is a tested and proven way to success and stardom, not running around the stadium in the name of training. But luckily for Tobi, her mother was a bit liberal and was ready to accommodate her little baby's love and interest in sport, as long as it does not impede her academics. Speaking on the feat achieved by Tobi Amusan, Director, Coaching and Training, Osun State Sport Council, Ademola Daini described the feat as a welcome development, but was quick to submit that there are more Tobi Amusan looking around, and with adequate facilities in place, scholarship and incentives, more will be discovered.
It is a welcome development for Nigeria, and we have so many of Amusan across the state in Nigeria. I think what we need to do is, especially area of facility in national youth games,
and philosophy that with God in Ijebu-Ode is a world champion, a signature of all eyes around the world, and a proud Nigerian. If there's one thing that stands Amusan out amongst her peers, it is a self-belief and philosophy that with God all things are possible. The young girl from Ijebu-Ode was virtually unknown 6 years ago. She needs no introduction around the world now, at least in the athletics circles. For Report of the Week, Adeyemi Abodeni reporting.
Austin, immediate younger brother to Ebonyi Governor Dave Umahi, has rejected President Muhammadu Buhari's appointment as the Secretary of Revenue Mobilization, Allocation and Fiscal Commission. In a statement in Abakaliki, Austin Umahi said that the appointment was good for job seekers or retired civil servants and not for someone of his social status. He announced that anyone who is interested in the position should contact the governor because as far as he is concerned, the position was still vacant. Austin, who emerged the senatorial candidate of the All Progressives Congress APC for Ebonyi South, withdrew from the race for Governor Umahi. However, INEC refused to accept Governor Umahi's candidacy, forcing him to sue the commission. The court, however, agreed that INEC was right to refuse publishing his name as candidate of the party as the second primary, which he won, did not follow the stipulations of the Electoral Act. The court ordered for a fresh primary election within 14 days. The management of Rex Varsity's cluster has reiterated commitment to producing of world-class students whose moral and academic standards will compete with their counterparts the world over. The proprietor of the school, Mr. Shitu Ajibade, disclosed this at the graduation and end-of-the-year programs of the school. Ayobami Akomolafe was there. His reports.
At the prize giving and graduation ceremony organized by Rex Varsity Schools clusters held at the school premises in Oshogbo, had in attendance parents, academic erudite, teachers and pupils of the school. Speaking with OSBC News, the proprietor, Mr. Shitu Ajibade, was filled with gratitude to God and the parents for trusting the school enough to give their children the best education they deserve, and reaffirmed the commitment of the school in achieving its aim of raising world-class leaders who will be able to compete with other counterparts all over the world. He added that the school focuses on both academic and moral upbringing of the children, with availability of high qualified teachers who are committed to achieving the mission and vision of the school. As of now, one of our students who produced an album is the one demonstrating. So such are the kind of things we are producing in Rex Varsity, because we believe in self-reliance and we are celebrating achievement and success and the kindness and help of God so far. All glories belong to God. Speaking at the event, one of the special guests of honor, Mrs. Mujibola Kayode Oke, advised parents to place their utmost focus on the upbringing of children, emphasizing on the effect of good food and not allowing themselves to be carried away by pursuit of economic gains. The event features various presentations from pupils who showed their parents and loved ones as they showcase their God-given talents. Some of the parents who spoke with OSBC News in separate interviews, including Mr. Olalekan Ajadi and Mrs. Bakari, appreciated Rex Varsity School clusters for not compromising the trust they have in them by retaining the tenets of qualitative education. The management at the event announced that the school will vacate on Friday, 29th of this month, and informed the general public who wish to enroll their children in the school about the entrance exam slated for 8th of August. The event climaxed with the presentation of certificates to the graduating students, as well as presentation of prizes, outstanding performances. Ayobami Akomolafe reporting for OSBC News.
The Nigerian Girls Guides Association B Zone has commenced the 2022 Youth Camp with the theme Raising Dynamic Young Women as Leaders through Capacity Building. The 4-day event is expected to end tomorrow. Omotayo Adebodun has the details.
The opening ceremony of the Zone B Youth Camp of the Nigerian Girls Guides Association held at the Scripture Union Camp of Glory at Gumbelewe area, Oshogbo, Osun State, which had in attendance young ladies from the 9 states in the zone, which are Edo, Lagos, Kwara, Ekiti, Ogun, Ondo, Oyo, Delta, and the host state, Osun State, with commissioners from different states in the zone. In her opening remarks, Nigerian Girls Guides Association Chief Commissioner Dickness Rhoda Oluwafumilola stated that the main interest of the group is appropriately motivating and raising the girl child to be responsible adult citizens.
We brought them here to have a training for the youths. So we have 9 states here, and all of them are well represented, because these are the tomorrow of girl guiding. So they are here for training, to train them to be future leaders of the association, not only of the association, but of our larger society.
In his goodwill message, Director from the Ministry of Youth and Sport, Mr. Oshuolale, admonished the girls to be attentive, show commitment and dedication to everything that would be learned, that the objective of the meeting will be achieved. In their separate interviews with OSBC News, the Deputy Chief Commissioner for Zone B, Dickness Thompson Kikelomo, the National PRO, Mrs. Titilola Oluwatoyin, and the Zonal Youth Coordinator, Ms. Ifeoluwa, has this to say.
There are so many things that money cannot buy that I've been able to achieve. I've been able to achieve confidence, friendship. I've expanded my circle of friends, and in fact, I don't have any regrets. I didn't exist. But the problem is a lot of parents are still waiting for the government to buy uniforms for the students. It's not possible. When you have interest in something, you put all you have to go into it.
We from my institution, we believe much in the strength of the youth. We believe in the power of the youth. We believe the youth should be seen, they should be trained, and they should be given a leadership role to carry on.
Yeah, we are here to train ourselves from being a leader through capacity building. This camp is all about youth. We are here to come together to gain a lot of things about social entrepreneurship and a lot of benefits to the girls. The
opening ceremony featured different guide activities like flag parade, drama presentation, and cultural display, among others. Omotayo Adebodun, OSBC News.
Two security men of a construction firm were reportedly injured when gunmen attacked their company's construction site in Owo, Ondo State. Ondo State Commander of Amotekun Corps, the sub-regional security outfit in the southwest, Adetunji Adele, confirmed the attack today. He said gunmen shot sporadically into the air and damaged the windshields of two earth movers at the site. The incident is coming barely 2 months after gunmen attacked St. Francis Catholic Church, also in the ancient town. Mr. Adeleye, who is the special advisor to Governor Rotimi Akeredolu on security matters, said normalcy has since been restored to the area. A yet-to-be-identified man reportedly sustained gunshot injuries after a mob descended on two policemen at a company in Ibeju-Lekki to protest the arrest of a suspected criminal. The suspect was said to have been arrested by a team of policemen from the Assistant Inspector General of Police, AIG Zone 2, Onikon. Report says the youths in the area who objected to the arrest, it was land mobilized to rescue him, but did not see the police team and suspect when they got to his residence. Police disclosed that on their way back, the mob was said to have seen two armed policemen guarding a company and decided to take out their frustration on them. According to Lagos State Police spokesperson SP Benjamin Hundeyi, the mob, numbering over 200, pelted stones on the policemen and destroyed a Lexus sports utility vehicle SUV parked within the company. He maintained that one of the attackers, who was hit by a bullet, is responding to treatment at the hospital. A 37-year-old driver identified as Emmanuel has been burnt to death in Ilorin, Kwara State capital. The tragedy occurred while the driver was in a car which suddenly caught fire and burnt him to death. According to the spokesman of the State Fire Service, Hassan Adekunle, in Ilorin today, the car exploded and the victim was burnt to death at the main gate of the Table Water Company at Block 2, Obanishua, Agbejila, along Airport Road in Ilorin, Kwara State. Hassan disclosed that the cause of the incident was due to lack of proper ventilation in the car. The director, Kwara State Fire Service, Prince Falade John Olumuyiwa, who sympathized with the family of the victim over the irreparable loss, urged people to take safety measures as paramount, especially whenever they are performing their day-to-day activities in order to protect their lives and property. And to end the news across the country, here are the major points. The governor-elect of Osun State, Senator Ademola Adeleke, has tasked the transition committee members to think outside the box for innovative ideas on how best to hit the ground running by November. Nigerian-born hurdler Tobi Amusan took the whole world by storm when she broke the world record in 100 meters hurdle at the World Athletics Championship in Oregon, USA. And we brought it to you that a 37-year-old driver identified as Emmanuel was burnt to death in Ilorin, Kwara State capital. That was the news across the country, edited by Temitope Olaiwola and delivered by Titi Lokbe Ajiboye. For more stories, visit www.osbcng.org. Thanks for listening. Good evening.
You are live. on Osun Radio. 104.5 FM.
ẹ̀yin èèyàn mi ò níbo la wà yìí láti gbé ń fakọyọ. 104.5 la wà yìí láti gbé ń fakọyọ. Come on everybody, let's go! Daddy, yo, mommy, yo, brothers, sisters, radio, ǹdẹ̀ ò máa gbọ́. 104.5 money. No rival. Lókè balẹ̀ nínú Òṣogbo. Daddy, yo, mommy, yo, brothers, sisters, radio, ǹdẹ̀ ò máa gbọ́. 104.5 money. Lókè balẹ̀ nínú Òṣogbo.
Láti rédíò Ọ̀ṣun ìní àwíyé òkè balẹ̀ nílùú Òṣogbo ni àwọn àti ń kàn sí akọ́tún ètò iṣẹ́ ajé dìrọ̀rùn lọ́ṣun lámàmú wa fún wa.
bàbá Atalẹ owó tẹ ẹ yá ní Ọ̀ṣun microcredit agency yìí má ti kọjá àsìkò tó yẹ kẹ́ ẹ san padà tí a ò tí ì yí àdéhùn báyìí.
àdéhùn àbò ti pè é sówó bàbá ẹnìkan ni ń gbówó ìjọba ni gbogbo wa la sì lẹ́tọ̀ọ́ sí wọ ẹ̀tọ́ tèmi ni mo gbà wọn.
sáde yín nìyẹn níbi tẹ́ ẹ ti yá owó.
ìwọ ló mọ̀ bàbá legun bàbá ẹni òjò tí ò sì dùn mọ́ bàbá ta ni mo ní sí èmi ò tí ì rówó kankan tí wọ́n san báyìí o.
padà ọ̀rẹ́ wa ìjọba ló ń fọwọ́ pa lójú yìí torí pé ká sọ̀rọ̀ kàbà bẹ́ẹ̀ ó mà ní yọmọlúàbí ó dáa náà tí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ yá owó lọ́wọ́ ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun nípasẹ̀ iléeṣẹ́ ayánilówóṣòwò ni